A goalie has to have incredible flexibility to make saves. So what does Jordan Binnington do to maintain optimum performance? This is the science of St. Louis Blues hockey. I love to do yoga myself, but I am nowhere near as flexible as Jordan Binnington. How does Jordan get his muscles ready for a game?
Goalies are among the most athletic individuals on the ice. Jordan Binnington is very disciplined and regimented in his pregame preparation, and it includes flexibility, both static stretching as well as dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching and static stretching are very different concepts, so most of us are used to stretching in a single position and holding that position for 10, 15, 20 seconds, and that's what we call static stretching. Dynamic stretching is actually moving your body and gently and gradually moving beyond what you did with the prior movements. In other words, a ballistic stretch where you're moving your arms back and forth, but every time you're moving them back and forth, you're getting farther motion and farther motion.
Does this kind of flexibility take time to develop? I can't just start doing his routine and expect to bend like Binnington, right?
If we think about our muscles as a rubber band, if we have a small, short rubber band that's very tight, it doesn't take much to stretch that rubber band beyond its limit. So he'll work a lot on opening up his hips. So when you go into a slide across from one side to the other, he's got to make sure his hips get into that position safely. So he's going to work on those muscle groups to make sure they're flexible. He's going to be working to make sure that he can get into every position he can to stop the puck.
Do all athletes warm up like Binnington does?
Different athletes will warm up differently based on the position that they play. Again, a out skater is going to have a different skill set than a goalie during the game, and so they're going to need to have their warm-up routine, get them ready to perform for their position at the highest level.
What can happen if athletes don't warm up?
If you don't do a proper warm-up, you put yourself at a high risk for injury. If your body is not ready to move in the way you're asking it to move, that's when you're going to strain muscles. That's when you're going to have awkward steps and injure your ACL, or that's when you're going to reach awkwardly and dislocate your shoulder. Some of these things are not controllable in every situation, but those who are not really stretching and warming up are definitely putting themselves at a higher risk of injury.
Is there a wrong way to warm up?
Probably the worst way to stretch is to not warm up your body before you stretch. So we want to do something low intensity to be able to get our muscles moving efficiently, then stretch when our muscles are warmed up just a bit before you go play.
As an orthopedic physician, what benefits do you see from improved flexibility?
Improved flexibility really is critical to joint health. If you have muscle imbalance across a joint, you have a higher risk of developing muscle strains. You also have a higher risk of developing injury to that particular joint. So maintaining good flexibility is a really critical component to keeping your body safe and also to perform at a high level.
If injuries do happen, do you treat all of your patients like pros?
Whether you're Jordan Binnington or an athlete who wants to stay active and healthy, you can still get injured. And that's why we're here to help. Whether you're a pro athlete or a recreational athlete, we want to treat everybody the same.
Well, there you have it. Want to bend it like Binnington? Mix in a few of these tips and you'll be on your way. And that is the science of St. Louis Blues hockey.